Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is February 10th, 2026, and the top crypto news is as follows. Moving on to our news, we'll go to Strategy, which bought $90 million worth of Bitcoin. Now that the price is below cost, let me tell you that Strategy's average Bitcoin price is $78,800. So now the average price is going down. Meanwhile, Tom Lee is also buying Ethereum and bought a total of $83 million last week. Let's say he has an unrealized loss of $7.5 billion, and the last buy for today's episode is Binance, which bought another $300 million in Bitcoin for Cepho, and he has another $720 million to put in gradually. And of all those who buy, and they will know something, we will go to those who sell. And let me tell you that the so-called long-term holders of Bitcoin sold 245,000 BTC in the last month after we had a lot of pressure from the retail public last month. While a miner sells, we will go to Kango, a company that miner Bitcoin, who sold 4,451 BTC to get more into AI because he sees a lot of bread there, as we have explained in previous episodes of Crypto News. And entering our coins, we're going to MegaETH and Ethereum Layer 2, which came out on the mainnet and does 50,000 transactions per second with 10 millisecond block generation. Let me tell you that the reason it seems to do so many transactions per second is because it blocks very quickly. Let me tell you that this Layer 2 has come out with 50 apps running right now. However, these 50 apps have not managed to generate more than 31 to 32 transactions per second, so we don't know if it can really hit the big numbers it promises. And to finish with that, I'd like to know two numbers that I haven't found. First, how do they manage to store so many blocks and information on the blockchain? Because the more blocks you create, you have to save them somewhere to keep the history. So how do they do this? Because Solana, one of its problems is that it cannot easily store this information. And second is the finality it has, which we have not been told, because to be fast, you don't just need to create blocks and have a lot of transactions per second. You also need to have fast finality, which is that the information will be stored on the blockchain and in theory can never be changed, which then locks everything down and you know your transaction has actually happened. For the last part of our day, let's go to Chiliz, the company that makes the fans badges for teams, where we learn it plans to re-enter the US market in 2026. Very big market, and also planning a collaboration with the national teams before the FIFA World Cup. So maybe we can expect big developments for 2026 itself. And it's time to go to our favorite crypto market with the price at $69,000. Price still holds our support, and price may move this week. From tomorrow, on the 11th of the month, we have the employment report and the unemployment rate, two very important numbers. And on the 13th of the month, we have the year-over-year CPI for the population. So as you can see, very important numbers this week. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, February 10th, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone and have a good day.